Hey guys, today I will be doing a Q&A and I'm actually excited to do it because I didn't expect you to ask me so many questions, and I'm really grateful that you guys want to know me a little bit. Also, big thanks to Epic Games for sponsoring this video, and let's start it. So let's start with the basic questions that everyone asked. First of all, my age. I actually just turned 23 like a week ago on April 8th, and I'm surprised. I'm shocked because I don't know how it happened. I still feel like I'm 19 and the time it just flies so fast. I don't know. And then a lot of you guys asked about my height. I'm not very tall, but I do look tall because I have long legs, and then I also model. I don't do runway, obviously. One of the agents actually told me once that I'm so short that people won't see me on the runway. Like, I would just be invisible. That just, I don't know why that sounded funny to me, but it's actually quite offensive. Anyways, yeah, I'm not very tall, but I do modeling and mostly like photo shoots, which is fun time to time. It's more of a side job. How have you been keeping busy during quarantine? Actually, I've been doing quite good during quarantine. I'm not saying it's a positive thing that happened to us. Of course not. I do realize how badly it affects people that I love and generally everyone. So I'm using this time to improve my skills, to have some me time. It's been good for me because usually I didn't have time to do stuff, and I had a FOMO, so every time people would invite me somewhere I would go, even though I really wanted to stay home and kind of like work on some other stuff. And now I have this time, so I started taking vocal classes. I'm trying to improve my voice, and then I started like doing some business stuff that I've been wanting to do for a long time. I can't really share it for now, but other than that, I do miss my friends. We used to always get together and play like fun games as Mafia. I think in English it's called Wolves and Villagers, I'm not sure, but now I do use a house party to do that. I don't know if you guys know this app or not, but it's a really cool app that I really recommend you downloading. You should actually use my link to download the house party app. It's in the description. So here you can add your friends to the chat. This is how it looks, and you can have up to 8 people here. You can actually see them, but the most fun part for me, which I love and my friends love, you can play games in here. It has Heads Up, one of my favorite games by the way, trivia, you can draw in here, and I think it's super fun. What we actually also like to do, sometimes we watch movies together. I'm one of these people that I don't like to watch movies alone. I like to like talk about it after it's finished and just like discuss what happened, so we love to do that. And it's nice to at least have some interactions with them other than just seeing them, you know. For me, it's the best app to use to chat right now. By the way, House Party is free and is available on Android, iOS, Mac OS, Chrome. So yeah, use my link below to download House Party. Most asked question is like why I moved to LA and how I moved to LA. If you guys don't know, I used to live in Azerbaijan, and then I flew to Istanbul to study film and cinema. Then I quickly realized that it's not like the best place to study film. So I told my parents and I asked them if I could continue my studies in Los Angeles, and at the same time I started my blog. It was going kind of good, so I had like really big hopes for it, but it wasn't like blowing, you know. I just had hopes. So they allowed me to try, so I came here, didn't know anyone, was very young, had zero connections, but I worked every day and I worked hard, and eventually I gained some contacts, I met people, and I got an agency. It became my full-time career, and at that time I had to drop out. My parents were not happy about it, but I managed to convince them because I did start earning my own money, so I could financially support myself. I no longer needed their help, so that was a big sign that I'm going in the right path for myself, and I don't regret it. I think it ended up being really good for me. Do you think Ariana Grande hates you for doing this prank? I don't know. I hope not, because it's been a while ago, and I think people done it before me and people done it after me, so I would assume she's used to it. I feel like the only reason a celebrity would hate someone doing this prank is because they would be worried for their reputation, in a way that they can control what this impersonator does. They don't know if they're acting mean or weird towards their fans, but from my side I can tell that I was very respectful, and I treated everyone who came up to me very nicely. And if they asked me, I said no, I'm not Ariana, and even then they would proceed and take picture with me. So I think I just entertained the crowd and I didn't do anything bad to harm anyone, so hopefully no hate. Next question. What are you looking forward to the most after this pandemic? You guys, I actually have big plans. I really want to shoot my own web episodes, and I've done this before, but it's been like a year or two. And yes, I'm doing it for my Russian channel and it will be in Russian, but maybe someday I'll translate it. I don't know. I used to love the game Sims and I would just create my own series, and now I'm doing this in real life with real people, and I just have a great passion for that. So it's something that I love to do and I'm excited to continue doing it. Have you been in a serious relationship before? Yeah, kinda. It was like a very toxic relationship, and back then I thought that's what the real love should look like. And you know, you've seen in movies all the scenes where everything is so dramatic and crazy, and you think, yeah, that's how love looks like, right? But then you grow out of it and you realize that that's stupid and that's not love. It's just it's like an emotional roller coaster that keeps you high, and you don't really get to look at it with a clear mind. But now that I'm out of it, I see that it's not healthy and it's not good at all. Although when I just got out of those relationships, I was depressed for a whole year and I thought I would never get over it, and it was like really sad time for me. Probably the worst year I had, but in the end it turned out well, so look at her now. Which nationality will your boyfriend be? I don't really have this thing where I filter people by their nationalities. I generally don't care. I don't even have like physical preferences in that way, because I like people of different ethnicities, different skin color or hair color or eye color. I pretty much don't have any particular type. Are you confident with your self-appearance? Do you wish anything were different? I'm pretty confident, but not in the way that I feel confident every day, you know? I just try not to think about it as much. If you asked me when I was 16, I would tell you that I'm so not. You slowly grow up and you learn to accept and love yourself more. You're a spirit animal. Cat. Definitely a cat. What would you do if you knew you could not fail? I'm an Aries, so I don't really think through my actions. So for me to take a risky, life-changing decision is very easy thing, because I don't really think it through. I just do it and then I think. And so far it played very well for me. Maybe I'm just lucky. All I can say that I don't really consider failure as an option. You know, I just do it and then I see what happens next. Are you scared of anything? What's your biggest fear? My biggest fear is people. I'm scared of people. I'm scared of being misunderstood, or you know, just generally human beings scare me a little bit. So yeah, and maybe insects, they scare me too. How do you keep yourself fit? Workouts, eating habits? Honestly, I would love to tell you guys that I'm one of those perfect girls that just have perfect eating habits and work out every day. I'm just not. Like, I wish, but I always try to start it, but then I get busy and I forget completely. But I try to, but I don't have it. Sorry. Any tips for living in LA and be successful? In LA, the best skill you could have is to be social and be that kind of person that can talk to anyone. And I actually lack that skill, so I don't know how the hell I survived in here. For those of you who are not social butterflies and can just easily gain, you know, connections that are needed to succeed, then work hard and don't give up, because this will take some time, but in the end of the day, if you are creative and you work hard, you will achieve your goals, I promise you. So please take that in consideration. Don't give up, and it will be hard, but that's the only path. It won't be easy, you know. Favorite memory growing up? The place where I lived actually had some ancient caves, so I get to explore them, and I felt like a little Lara Croft climbing those caves and like trying to find treasures. Well, obviously there were no treasures, but in my mind it was magical, so I feel like my childhood was very magic-like. Who's your celebrity crush? My girl celebrity crush is Kaya Scodelario, and my guy celebrity crush is Evan Peters. Do you have a best friend? Yes, I do have a best friend. We actually became best friends because we realized we were born on the same day. How crazy. Are your both parents from Azerbaijan? Yes, they are. What are your hobbies? Playing Sims, video games generally. I play Dragon Age right now. I love watching TV shows, movies. I like photography. I like filmmaking. I like editing, anything. I like drawing, and I like writing my own songs. I also love makeovers, like when my friends ask me to do them a makeover, or when I have to do a makeover in Sims. For me, it's so much fun. I love makeovers. How has coronavirus affected your life? I did lose some jobs, and I'm scared of crisis. I'm scared of what's gonna happen next, and of course I'm scared for people that I know who are old. It's very scary times for sure, but I try to not think about the negative things as much. What do you do for a living? I do fashion blogging and just blogging, so I earn money through ads mostly, and it's my favorite job ever because I always advertise things that I like, and I get to be creative and I get to just do the thing I love to do. So for me, I can't complain. It's the best job ever. Was it difficult to move to United States? So I first came to United States when I was 14, and I did 1 year in Brooklyn in high school as a transfer student. So I kind of had an idea of how it would be, but it was completely different. The way I was talking with people, they were looking at me like, girl, who, why? And I'm like, what, that's not how you talk here? They're like, no. I'm like, okay. So I had to learn a whole new culture, I guess, because Brooklyn is just not same as Los Angeles, which for Americans is a pretty obvious thing, they already know, but for me, I thought like everywhere in America is same. No, it's not. So it was a little bit difficult to adjust, but I did it and I did it well. So I know there's more questions left, but I just feel like I'm too tired for today, but I hope I answered most of your like most asked questions. So if you have any more, then ask me in the comments. Maybe I'll do part 2. But thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. I look so funny. What is this?